Hey guys, it's Joey with Value TCG. Happy weekend and happy pre-release weekend for OP07, 500 years in the future. We made it, guys. This is, I guess it's been 3 months since the last release, Wings of the Captain. But yeah, I ended up going to my pre-release and I ended up winning it. So here you go, guys. Like here are, I guess, some of the things I won. Here's the pre-release winner. Ended up getting a EBO1 pack as well as four free 500 years in the future booster packs, and then a couple of the where I ended up getting three pre-release packs. So here are two unopened. Here's one that I did open, and then a participant card. So all in all, a very, very fruitful opening. I am going to go over my deck and the playstyle that I had. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Before I do go on, please like, comment, and subscribe. Especially comments goes a long way. And do tell me, guys, like if you guys are playing in a pre-release, what your strategies were. Let me know if my strategy that I'm gonna go over is totally off base. But anyways, so here we go. Let's I guess talk about the deck that I had. As you guys can see, first of all, here is the booster box that I opened for the pre-release. So I did have a box tournament. So every participant, and there were 23 of us, received a whole box of OP07. And it's obviously a lot different than some of the other pre-releases where they just give you 6 booster packs. And then you might get one of these pre-release packs. Here you get 3 pre-release packs, and you're able to get a whole booster box. So it does change the dynamic somewhat versus just 6 booster packs, but some of the fundamentals do stay the same. And of course, guys, I rolled up in my new first anniversary Nami booster or Nami case. And yeah, it felt like rolling up in a fancy car, in like a Lamborghini, right? Of the card world, and just putting that out there, and everyone being like, "Hey, like, wait, like, is that what I think it is?" So pretty awesome. Would absolutely recommend people just buying a case like this. I think it's actually not very expensive, like under $20 or something like that, just to get the case itself. So anyways, so opening this up, here's my Dawn that I used. And then, all right, let's just go through my deck. Oh no, Mr. Devil Fruit. Oh no, it's hollow. They lied to me. They told me if I ate this, I would get magical powers. Well, I don't know if I can piece this together. We'll just leave that for another time. Anyways, we're gonna get back to the game, or the deck, I should say. All right, so I went with Jewelry Bonnie. So you could only use the leaders in a box, I guess. And because we had a whole box, we were able to get multiples of pretty much every single leader almost. So this leader, I think, is actually really powerful. Obviously very slow. You're able to slow down your opponent. So you're going for a more control style. And that is exactly the type of game that I like to play. And I should say, I went 5-0. So with, let's say, like green in Dragon Ball Fusion World, I love that type of ramp, that slow, methodical playstyle, and this just really played into my strength. The ability here, I think, is very, very unique. You just pay 1 Dawn on your opponent's attack. Once per turn, you get to rest one of your opponent's leader or character cards. So if they have they have their leader and a character that is active, you get to rest one of them, and you can be very strategic on how you want to play that. So I think this is probably going to be my favorite deck going forward. I know it's had some success in Japan with '07 release, I'll definitely be trying this out. All right, so I started off. I have two of these one drops, 300 or 3,000 attack power, 1,000 combo Tanjit. I don't know if I would actually include this if I were to play again, because I always chose to go second. I always chose to ramp very quickly. And I never really drew this when I needed it, especially earlier on in the game. So I always ended up just using it as counter power. This could just be a 2K counter power if you guys are able to have more of them. So I'll probably take that out. But these four, I think, really were instrumental. I had four of these Gizmondas, cheap blocker. You're able to really shake off a lot of the early game aggression as a result. I did play some other Bonnies, so the only downside is Bonnie is able to put this at rest and then swing into it the next turn. So I would just be more strategic playing this, especially for two. It's very, very cheap, right? You can just kind of cheat it out later on in the game, and it's a blocker, and there's not that many removals, at least in this in OPO7 that I found at least. So pretty easy to I guess have a cheap blocker out there. And then I have a number of threes, just four, 3 drops. This card is awesome. Draw one card and a blocker. Put them in your deck. Mr. Tanaka. I probably should have put more than one into my deck, but that trigger, just playing that card, it is so efficient if you are able to use this as a trigger. And then so this card is actually interesting. I was able to use its ability one time, and it actually helped me win the game. So the ability, in addition to being a blocker, is if a character is rested by your effect, draw one card and trash one card from your hand. So cycling is really important, guys, in pre-release, because you just don't have the cards that you're looking for generally, as you're just drawing 1 or 2 cards a turn. So cycling becomes really powerful, and very, very much recommend including this guy if you can. Crocodile, I never really use its effect. I actually didn't run into too many 2-drops in pre-release, so probably take him out. Maybe if you have a better 2K counter power. But the 2K counter power, that's why I did include it, and decide to include it just in case I wanted to use it. This card is the best card. Oh my goodness. I wanted more than just one copy. The times where I was able to put him out on the board, and the board is, or the power is set up to one of your Dawn cards as active at the end of your turn. So then you can, just play efficiently on curve, and then have one card as active, where you can use either a counter or you can use Bonnie's power to set one of your opponent's cards as rested. So it made the whole game feel so smooth when you're able to pull this card and put him out, especially on turn 4 or turn 2, going second. It's just really powerful. And then I have 3 of these really for the 2K counter power. But then also, if you're down to 2 life, it's actually pretty good. You're churning your your hand. You're trying to draw into those big power, big bodies. So pretty good, pretty good. There were times where I really contemplated just holding this for the 2K counter, but ended up playing it most times. So I have 3 of those. Oh, and then I have 1 more crocodile. So I guess I have 2 crocodiles. I have 2 of these guys, Frankie. It's good as a trigger. It's trigger, draw 1 card. Then you have, if you have 1 or less life cards, play this card. So definitely better if you're, playing the egghead character or egghead leader, but yeah, so it's still pretty good. And then I have Caribou. I have 3 copies of Caribou. So one strategy that I wanted to, have here is have a really good mid game, right? And then try to churn your hand to be able to draw into the bodies that you need. So that's why I have a lot more 4-drops than really anything else. And it totally worked. I thought it was actually pretty. It went very well because play on curve. It's actually harder to do in pre-release. So and then obviously this has counter power as 5K attack power, and then also it's a blocker. Actually, really good. And then on 5, so I have 1 Jinbei. Jinbei's good especially if you have it as a trigger. I didn't find it very good just as a 5-drop, right? So trigger, it's return up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less to the owner's hand, and add this to your hand. So you have it becomes a removal. And 4 or less is actually quite a lot. And then you're able to just add this to your hand. So instead of just playing the trigger or using the trigger ability, and then it goes to graveyard, you're able to bring this back into your hand. So pretty good. And then I have this Fisher Tiger. Fisher Tiger, it's really the first effect is this character can attack characters on the turn in which it's played. So, this is pretty much a rush card. Really good. And then I have 2 Rob Lucci's. Oh my goodness. In the Bonnie mirrors, this absolutely dominated. And also against the couple of eggheads that Dr. Vega, I keep calling him Egghead, but Dr. Vega's that I played, because Dr. Vega, a lot of it is just about keeping that, hand strength, I guess, robust. And this card, so on play, you may place 3 cards from your trash at the bottom of your deck in any order, but the other effect is your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. It's so painful when the opponent, I'm sure for the opponent, to have to discard cards in their hand. It's disgusting. I mean, there's no way around that. It's just so good. So I have 2 of these, absolutely save me in critical situations. I have an ace card, it's just a blocker, and also a churn. So draw 2 cards and place 2 card from your hand at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So pretty good, really, really good actually. And then Lucy, I never, I think it's a good card, but I just never justified playing this on curve on 6, right? So it's a 7K power. And then, when attacking, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand, which is okay. But then you may rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. So this is I guess it's a pseudo removal. And then also if you have 1 or less life cards, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. So at 1 life, you have this out, you're swinging, it becomes a draw effectively, which is absolutely awesome. And then you're able to use this as a removal. So pretty good in theory. I don't know. I just never was able to, play him on time. Just felt kind of slow. So who knows? And then I have two just big bodies. These two guys were awesome. If you guys are able to get vanilla cards, put them in your deck. They're just so powerful. And then Ein is surprisingly good. I had one copy, and I think that's just enough. But you're able to set up to one of your opponent's characters powers to 0 during the turn, and you just keep swinging, right? You could even have two Ks or 3 Ks on the board that you figure are probably going to get rested anyways, if you're playing a mirror for Bonnie. And then you're just swinging. You're swinging into a really powerful card, and you're just pretty much removing it. And you're making your opponent make some very hard decisions. I love this card. I thought this was an absolute lifesaver. Basil, kind of self-explanatory. I didn't use the effect, which is a removal, or uses effect, I should say, like if this character would be removed by your opponent's effect, then you may rest one of your opponent's characters instead. Didn't happen ever, so as a blocker, it was pretty good. And then I had Dragon, this card, amazing. I was only able to use it a couple times. I didn't draw it a few times. He's really good. Like, he's a rush, and then you get to give 2 Restodon to your leader or one of your characters. So, again, self-explanatory. This card is a removal. Pretty good. Used it a couple times. And then Stussy, also a removal. Pretty good. I think I only used her once. Maybe. And then going on to the event cards, I have Slave Arrow. If you're able to get the trigger, again, very powerful. It's draw 2 cards and place 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck in any order. So another turn, saved me a couple of times. And then the counter, of course, you just you return one of your characters 2 or more to the owner's hand. And then, you give your leader or character card gains 4K power. So pretty powerful effect. A couple of the karmic punishments. It's just pretty much +3, and then you have a nice trigger. So pretty. I'm not gonna go into that too much. It does say that you're on trigger, you're able to KO one of your opponent's restless characters with 4 or less. That's pretty good. And then Iron Body, this is just a plus 4K, maybe +6 if you're just discarding a lot of cards. And then Demonic Aura, this card, I think, so this is a card I was saying that went really well with Bartolomeo. So I thought these two, if you had 10 Dawn at this point, you're playing 5, you give someone +3K, and then you're swinging. But then you also have, I guess, this out, and you put this at rest. And then this is also a removal for 5 or less for your opponent, or put something to rest for one of your opponent's character cards. So really good. I thought this was a very fun effect and interaction to play into. Help me draw or burn my cards, or churn a card to draw into something that I wanted to have in my hand. And then I never used Dragon Breath, so I think this is okay. 3K power or less is maybe a little bit weak, but I thought it was okay. In early game, and especially if there were, some of these blockers, which did occur quite often. So it's possible that this could have been good, but I just never drew into it. So anyways, that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the review of my deck. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the next pre-release. I actually really enjoy the pre-releases. Because it's just so, it feels so pure, right? It's not like, oh, I paid $500 for a deck, and now I'm just gonna curb stomp you or like whatever, right? It's just so much more, everyone's on a even level. There is a level of luck, I should say, with your draws or with your pack openings, but you know, you can play around that oftentimes. You're just making a deck out of, especially if you're getting a whole box of, a lot of the same cards that everyone else has. So it just makes it very, very fun. Anyways, just gonna stop there. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll do another video pretty soon. I do want to open some of these packs. So I'm going to open up some of these packs. I do want to talk about a little bit what's happening in the One Piece box price world. So I think I'll just do that for my next video. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.